welcome back to my channel. I'm Kirsten, and in today's video we're going to talk about just a few products that I am decluttering from my collection. So I don't have too many, but I do just want to go ahead and make this video because I am going to be passing most of these along to a friend and I won't have them after today. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and just sit down and film this video, so let's jump right into it. First things first, the biggest item is this palette from Chi Chi Cosmetics. This is their Pastels and Dreams palette. If you've been following along, you might have heard that I received this palette and it had like a grease stain here, and I reached out to the company because I couldn't get the grease to stop spreading, and at this point it was like spreading into this shade here and this one, and so they actually sent me a new palette. So this is the first one that they sent me, and I told my friend what happened as far as like the little like oil or grease mark, and I also took this shadow out so that it could dry out. So I'm going to glue it back in there for her, but I'm hoping that I got all of the oil out by like pressing it with tissue paper all over and like letting it sit out of this palette for a while. So hopefully that won't spread anymore, but now I have two and I don't have a need for two, and instead of throwing it away, I wanted to pass it on to her. I don't think that the company would mind, because if she likes it, she might purchase something else from them. So yeah, I am going to pass that along to her. So that hopefully she can get some use out of it. So she's also said that I told her I was going to send her that palette and some other things I'm decluttering, and so she's actually going to make a video about everything that I'm sending her. So once she makes that video, I will link it down below in this one. I'm not sure which one will go up first, so with that being said, I'll link it when it's live, if it's not live when I post this one. So not everything that I'm decluttering will be going to her, just because if it's expired or like not sanitary, I suppose, to send it to her, then I'm not going to, but you'll see out of this what goes to her. So the next thing is this St. Ives lip scrub in Juicy Watermelon. This just it's fine. It's not terrible, but it smells really good. I use a exfoliating brush with my lip exfoliators, and so this one's pigmented. It's like very pink, and so when I put this on the brush, I can't get it off the brush. So it's just kind of like messy for that reason. So this is something that I will pass along to her, because as long as you like take off the top layer, I think it's okay, and she can be the judge of that if she wants to use it or not. So yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of that, as well as this lip scrub. Now this one I will not be passing on because it is terrible. This is the e.l.f. lip scrub. I think I've got like the brown sugar version. This is harsh. This like made my lips bleed, and I wasn't being like that aggressive with it. So it's just got huge chunks here that are the exfoliating beads. If it would focus, that'd be nice. I don't think it will. Hopefully you guys can see like the texture on that, but I mean, it is just like rubbing sand on your lips, and it's just really bad. So I'm gonna be throwing that one away, unfortunately. The next one is completely expired. So this is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in So This Is Love. This Super Shock was in my project pan, and it's just dried out. It's very old. It's like almost 3 years old, I think, at this point. So I did get a good amount of use out of it, but I will be decluttering this, and this one also will not be passed on because it's expired. The other one I will not be passing on is this Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer. I used the lightest shade. It was terrible. I didn't even finish using the lightest sample that I was using, so that's just gonna have to go. The next item though is going to be one that I'm going to send to my friend, and this is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. She's not the biggest fan of highlighters, but I know that when I first started using highlighter, this one was my favorite, but I just don't really like the undertone of this on me anymore. It's not like my preference, I suppose. So I am going to be decluttering this one so that hopefully it can go to a better home and get some more use. The last item is one that I'm a little bit sad about because I was hoping to love this product, and it is the Oma Beauty Say What foundation. So I thought I would love this. Everyone that has any kind of like similar tastes and preferences in foundations raved about this foundation. Pretty much everyone on YouTube raved about it. And I got it. I got it around Black Friday. It took a long time to get here, actually. I'm sure they were busy with orders, but I got this in the mail. And right away I felt like something wasn't right. I think it is a hair too light for me, surprisingly. I love when brands have a ton of foundation options, like when they have a lot of shade options, but honestly, this company has like 50, and personally, it was overwhelming for me to like pick my shade because it was overwhelming. Like there were too many options. I think I got the wrong one, and that's my fault, but I do think it's a little bit too light, which kind of makes it hard to judge it for sure. But I did hear Taylor when she said she tried this one and the one in the blue cap and that they were completely different, that the blue cap is way better than this one. And I hope that's the case, but I don't think I'm tan enough to ever use one in the blue cap. So I'm just gonna have to say this is not it for me. I do want to say that this foundation is not terrible. I can make it work, but when I look at it up close, some parts of my face, it just kind of looks like it's like sitting on my skin. And I think I have about 5 other foundations, and when I am getting ready in the morning, I never reach for this one, ever. Like, I've had it since November, and now I was panning that Thrive Cosmetics one, so I haven't gotten a ton of use out of any of them. But even when I set aside, I'm going to use this tomorrow or something like that. It's also like about only right here or so. But even whenever I do that, I'm like, I'm going to use this tomorrow, I'm going to give it another shot. Tomorrow comes around and I want to reach for something else. And that kind of just tells me that I'm going to let this sit in my collection and essentially expire if I don't pass it on, because I don't see myself wanting to reach for this, because my track record since I got it is choosing other things over it. So I don't want to say it's like a terrible product or anything. It's not terrible. It just didn't work for my skin. And sometimes that happens with foundations. Foundation can't work for every single person. It can't work for every single skin type. And it just, in my opinion, doesn't look as good as something else. It's okay. So I've talked about it enough. I'm decluttering it. I'm going to send it to my friend Hannah and hope that it works better for her. I do think she might be like a half shade lighter than me. And so I really hope that it works for her skin. I'm very hopeful because everyone seems to love it. So yeah, I really do hope that that she loves it. I thought that was the last thing, but I actually have quite a few more. I'm getting rid of a lot of brushes. So none of these are the ones that I mentioned in my favorite brushes. These have been sitting aside to be decluttered for over a month, I think. So this stack is actually going to be decluttered to like my makeup kit. So I'm building a makeup kit because I really want to do makeup on other people. And last weekend I did makeup for my sweet friend's engagement shoot, and it just like really, it made me a little bit sad that, honestly, this sounds like really drastic, but sometimes I feel sad like I went to business school, you know? Like I want to work in business and eventually I want to own companies, but it just kind of makes me think about it, and I wish I had gone and gotten like my makeup license, my cosmetology license, whatever. And yeah, so I do want to start building a kit. And there's no reason for me to like declutter brushes and then eventually buy more brushes. So these are all brushes that I think would come in very nice. I'm not going to tell you each individual one because there's a lot, but for an overview, these are the ones I'm going to be transferring into my new kit. And, you know, I'll see in trial and error what I like and what I don't like. But I like to have like my own brushes and then ones to use on other people. If it's like someone that I know or whatever, that's fine, but I don't want to have to like wash my personal brushes all the time. So those are going to be dedicated for that instance. And then I'm also going to be decluttering this set of brushes, which I am about to wash today and also give to my friend Hannah. So hopefully she can find some favorites in this. None of these are bad brushes, or else I wouldn't be like giving them to her. But yeah, these are going to be going to her to hopefully enjoy. So with that being said, you guys, that's it for me today. These are the products that I'm decluttering from my collection. Some because they're terrible, some because they're expired, and some because I just think they could find a better home. So anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.